Good morning everyone, it's Damien and I'm heading off to Donington Park for the third and fourth round of the Clio Cup. This video is everything that goes on basically from my perspective of the weekend. So not only the race itself, but also what do I have to do in order to bring this this documentary series together. So it should be really interesting and hopefully you guys will enjoy this. So it's Saturday today, I'm heading up to Donington Park. I headed off at about 3 AM this morning, so I've been travelling about 3.5 hours roughly already. So I should be there in the next half hour. If you came along to the race weekend, put your comments down below there of what did you think of the race weekend. Did it live up to your expectations? I've got to Donington Park after about a 4-hour drive and the weather has been terrible all the way up and it's absolutely chucking it down this end. I'm just standing outside Team Pyro's garage. I'm waiting for Max and we're going to go to the driver briefing from the clerk of the course. We've got a little while before the actual qualifying starts. That's not for, I think, sometime early afternoon, so we're going to have a chat with Max, get some shots, find out what's going on, and we're also going to talk to number one mechanic, who's actually his dad, have a chat with him and find out what's going to go on for today. I mentioned Max has got a number of sponsors and guests coming today, so I'm just going to go and find him now and have a very quick chat while he goes and meets them. He's going to find it really difficult to actually stop and talk to people, and I know a number of the guests don't actually want to be on camera, so we're going to have to sort of wing it as much as we can because it's going to be very, very difficult. Without sponsors, basically Max, well, he doesn't do this at all, so it's really, really important that he looks after them when he's not racing. What are you up to, Rob?
Loading up, ready with the wheel guns and all the qualifying. Hopefully we don't have to use much of it, only the wheel guns, put the tyres on. Just got to make sure that you've got everything with you. I've
gone inside the Pyro garage because it's a lot drier in here, and Max and his dad are just over in the background there, he's just pointing, just discussing probably tyre and setup like that. At the moment it's still absolutely chucking it down, so it's definitely going to be wet tyres and a wet setup. Unfortunately, when they were here on Thursday, it was dry, so the setup they got then can't be used for today. They're going to have to probably revert to the setup they had this time last year. It's going to be fascinating to see who gets it right. We're just getting ready to go out for qualifying. The rain has just started up again. At the moment, Rob is loading all of the tools onto this little buggy thing here, which is pulled by this, so I'll get a lift over to the pits with that. I'm not actually allowed to film over there, so I'm going to have to put my camera down and just tell you about it afterwards, but we'll be going out in the next sort of 5 or 10 minutes.
So defends the inside line, and Max coaches somebody on the tail of Daniel on Max! Second in the championship with the 71 car.
We've come to the end of the first day here at Donington Park, and Max is qualified in 11th place. I don't think he's overly happy with that position, but it could have been worse. The conditions weren't exactly great and he just didn't get the tyres switched on when it counted. But there's going to be less pressure in the race tomorrow, so hopefully he can work his way to the front of the pack. The other problem with the car, something basically happened and they've had to replace the throttle body and spark plugs. There was a lot of carbon build-up and that was affecting things, so the guys have had to replace that. So as I said, end of the first day, I'm going to go off, have some dinner, and then we'll get up tomorrow morning, 2 races. The idea of filming a series like this might sound amazing, luxurious. I think nothing could be further from the truth at the moment. It's very kind and it means I don't have to pay any hotel bills, so I'm actually sleeping in the back of Max's support truck. So behind me you can see we've got tyres, I think there's a spare bumper behind there, wires, cables and everything else. So in here I've got a sleeping bag, a little camp bed, a little fan blower, and that's about it. I'm absolutely shattered after having like 2 hours sleep. Been filming all day. It's been a really good experience though, so I'm going to get some shut eye and be back up for 7 o'clock with the 2 races on Sunday. Just had some breakfast and come back over to the team Pyro garage where the team are starting to get the cars ready. Most of them are absolutely fine because a lot of the work was done yesterday. We've actually got Gary just over there. He's doing some new sponsorship posters. We've got Rob, well, he just disappeared at the moment, was working on Max's car. And today's going to be, well, it's going to be quite challenging, I think, for everyone. We've got a number of sponsors. I think there's like 40 odd sponsors coming. So a lot of the day is either going to be Max racing, the team obviously doing work on the car, and then entertaining all of the guests. Max is ready for the first race of the weekend and he's headed out to the grid. I'm with some of his fans and sponsors and things like that, so we're going to go and find somewhere interesting to actually watch the race. Unfortunately, I can't actually film the race, go and watch that on ITV because of licensing agreements, which I can completely understand. Really looking forward to this. It should be an absolutely fascinating race. We've headed down to the first corner of the circuit just after the start finish, and I'm here with probably about another 20 people that are supporting Max. Should be a great race. He's starting mid-pack, so he's got a challenge to work his way through, and hopefully we'll see him on the podium. Weather is overcast, rather cold, windy, but luckily the rain has held off. I'm hoping that doesn't actually jinx anything. Max started the grid in 10th place, and on the first lap just around Craner Curves, Rivette came off, causing a safety car to come out. So they had about 3 laps behind there, and it was some really close racing, very exciting, and he managed to battle his way through to 6th place. Solid points there, which is brilliant, and also it means now he leads the championship by 10 points, so a really good result there. The second race of the weekend, they've got a couple of hours off now, so they're going to check over the car. Max probably have a small bite to eat, and then we'll go out later on this afternoon and watch race 2. We've got about 2.5 hours till Max goes out for the second race of the weekend. The team have just bled the brakes, make sure there's no air in there, and they're going to work properly. Also, we've got the team at the moment, just clean the car. Luke's over there, just making sure everything looks good. It's the final race of the weekend and we've only got about half an hour before Max goes out. The team have started the engine, make sure everything gets nice and warm, put the tyres on, looks like they're going to be slicks. The weather is, yes, overcast, but there's no rain, so it's certainly going to be a dry race. We're going to go and find somewhere a bit more interesting with Max's friends and family and sponsors, and we'll see how he gets on, and I'll be back with you. Well, it'll actually be in a second, but it'll probably be in about an hour's time. I'm heading over to the pit lane and I've got a lift over with the #1 mechanic just over here. So yeah, it's Max's final race of the weekend, starting P10, so hopefully he can work his way up and get on the podium. Race 2 is over and Max started 10th. Slipped back, I think, to about 13th or 14th, but fought his way back to 6th. So a nice solid result from Max there. Best thing about this, he is leaving here, going to Thruxton in 3 weeks' time as the championship leader. So it's absolutely brilliant. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't, well, give it a thumbs down. Comments are always welcome. And remember to click on that subscribe